Hey folks, today is Friday, July 7th, 2017. As always, it's me, Jake Baldino, here to talk about some video game stuff that has been going on this week. And the first thing we have to talk about, the biggest outrage of the week, look, it's a slow news week, but the Anthem controversy. Yes, the game is barely even a thing yet, and people are already freaking out about it. What went down, basically, is that the official PlayStation YouTube channel uploaded footage of Anthem, and it is the exact same gameplay footage of the Xbox One version that was debuted at E3. The big kicker here, though, was that eagle-eyed viewers watching the PlayStation version realized that they crudely photoshopped PlayStation buttons over the Xbox One buttons. Now, that is, of course, completely 100% misleading and wrong.
It's not even crudely photoshopped, though. It's like the worst Photoshop.
It's like so bad.
Like,
it's like
saying it's crude is giving them too much credit.
It's just like barely overlaid, like it's
Yeah.
bad. Now, I will say I don't understand the outrage, but that's also just because like I'm looking at it like this game isn't even going to look like this anyway. I don't care right now if they're showing it off on Xbox One or Xbox One X or PS4. Chances are it's still just dev kit stuff anyway. I mean, I know that they confirmed that it's running on Xbox One X, but I don't really care either way. But for people who do really care about graphics and stuff, it is kind of wrong for PlayStation to mislead and misrepresent it. But actually, if you think about it, who's really at fault? I saw a lot of rage at Sony. EA is really at fault. These big corporations, they do everything very carefully and they ask people everything before they do it. So Sony didn't just rip this footage down and slap their shit over it. EA said, yes, you can do this. Or EA gave this to them and said, yes, here you go. So I think they're more at fault. I think it's very good, though, that we have the internet. We have the people that are down with paying very close attention to what they watch. Because at the end of the day, and you probably know, a lot of game reveals when they're first shown off don't actually end up looking like what they're supposed to anyway. But speaking of a game that I do think looks really good, Horizon Zero Dawn is getting a big patch. This is patch 1.30, and it's worth noting because it adds a new game plus mode, which is very exciting for fans who are into that thing. I know I am definitely going to jump into that, but there's also an ultra hard mode now. Along with that, they've added the usual tweaks and patches and stuff, but some new outfits and more ability slots in those outfits to upgrade them. But I'm just really excited about the ultra hard mode because it locks you into playing that and you can't back out of it. No, you have to 100% commit. But I told you guys we'd follow up. This was a big thing about 2 weeks ago. Last week we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but that is the Grand Theft Auto 5 modding controversy with Open4, the modding platform. I was shut down completely by Take-Two, with Take-Two previously citing that it was all just to really keep control of cheaters on Grand Theft Auto Online, but it sucked for everyone because nobody could really engage in the single-player mod fun that we all love so much. But now, things have really been walked back. Rockstar has put out statements really detailing what exactly they want to restrict now, and single-player mods are going to be allowed. Just now with a bit more restrictions. There's still going to be a lot of hunkering down on GTA Online, but it looks like things are getting at least somewhat better for the GTA 5 single-player modding community. But it is worth noting, the biggest disappointment that came out with this whole entire legal agreement is that the guys behind Open4 cannot continue working on that Grand Theft Auto 5 Liberty City mod where they were going to be building Liberty City in the Grand Theft Auto 5 engine. They put the kibosh on that completely, and that freaking sucks. But another thing that people have noticed and pointed out in some new footage, and like I'm saying, it is a slow week, but this is a big deal if you think about it in the grand scheme of video games. Super Mario Odyssey is ditching the game over screen. Yes, the classic Super Mario Game Over is not really a thing anymore, as exemplified by this images here, and I can confirm, having played the game for quite a bit at E3, it's not like a traditional Mario. When you get hit, you lose coins, and then it just kind of goes to black. Mario looks sad, and it cuts to black. They got rid of the game over screen in general. It just feels less harsh, and that's pretty much what Nintendo's going for. They don't want to scare little kids away, I guess. But if you think about it, game over, the phrase game over is very much video games like you can't have a sandwich without bread, right? What? That was a stupid analogy. Yeah. And it's some brief PlayerUnknown's Battleground news because we really like this game here. Apparently, the full final release of the game was supposed to leave early access in October. That was when the full release was going to drop, but PlayerUnknown himself has announced that that is not going to be the case. Surprising absolutely no one. Yeah, it's just like that's par for the course for these types of games, right? I mean,
I've about 100 hours in that game now. and I did not even know there was a scheduled release.
I've been waiting for the full release of DayZ for 17 years now. So PlayerUnknown, or Brendan Green is his real name in the real world. Can we just call him that now? Can we stop calling him PlayerUnknown?
Nope.
Now the targeted release date is before the end of Q4 2017, which is respectable and not drastically far away, but it's still vague enough where this can probably be kicked down the road for quite some time. Regardless though, we're all still having fun with it right now, so no complaints, I'm fine. But speaking of PUBG real quick, every week we like to scour the internet and just point out dumb, crazy things that people make or do with video games. And we have this right here. Look at this.
Is it Motorcycle Guy?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, look at this. It's
side?
amazing. That's just incredible and weird and bizarre and something you can only do in sandboxy style games like this. So if you haven't played it, maybe this will convince you. Also, in some weird tech news, since every once in a while we talk about tech, we don't get to talk about just weird, cool tech enough. Check out this PC that will just completely erase itself, or essentially self-destruct. Now, it doesn't actually explode per se, but it's a $1,600 PC that's very small. It can almost fit in the palm of your hand. So it's like a small puck PC, but you need to enter a password every time, and you also need a key fob on you at all times in order to be able to access the PC. And once the key fob is out of range, this thing completely locks down. Everything gets completely shut down once the key fob goes out of range, but if it experiences any sort of tampering or unauthorized access, the solid state drive will completely just wipe itself instantly as a last-ditch effort to prevent security threats. Which is cool as hell. We've seen devices that have done this in the past, but this one just does it really well, and it has all these weird little features in it. The way it's actually physically designed, it has all this built-in secure mesh to secure everything. It also has a motion sensor that actually works with the internal components to prevent shock-based damage and data loss. I don't know, if you like computers, it's just cool. Check it out. We linked it down below as well as everything else we talk about this week. But for you Overwatch fans, you finally got your wish. Doomfist is officially real. He's out on the PTR, and so far he is worth the hype, it seems. Some people are questioning if he's going to be a little OP, but I think he's cool. He's got some decent moves. I'm curious to see how he really fits into the range of characters and their uses, but most importantly, it's not Terry Crews, which is totally a bummer. I see a lot of people saying, no Terry Crews, no play. Hey, you know what? Maybe they'll get him in something else. I don't know. But he's in Crackdown now. Now he's Crackdown man. But something that's been exciting me quite a bit in a little Nintendo Switch news, Platinum Games has been teasing a bunch of stuff. First, they posted this image of Bayonetta with blue and red, similar to the Joy-Con colors, maybe implying that we're getting Bayonetta for Nintendo Switch. I would love that more than anything because I think those games are fantastic and awesome action games, but a girl can dream, right? Not only that, Platinum has been extra teasy lately. They also teased an image of Wonderful 101 with Switch controllers and it being played. So that could also very, very much be a thing. There's been murmurs of that in the past, so I definitely could see that happening, especially considering that game got no life really on the Wii U, and it was decent. I hope that's a thing. More things to play on the Switch, the better, because I love playing things portably, so I'm all about it. But something that I'm definitely all about, I think we all are, Tekken 7 is getting some DLC in August that adds Tekken Bowl. I love that mode. That's like a fan favorite mode since the original Tekken Tag tournament. This new bowling mode, they only showed a little tiny bit of it, but it looks a little crazier, and it's going to be coming out in August, and that's something cool. I don't know. This new Tekken is really solid, and for them to add just a little extra, that little bowling mode, as a nod to fans, I think is a good thing. Hopefully it doesn't cost a ton of money. But also, interestingly enough, something that I didn't expect, just recently Obsidian announced that you're going to be able to import your worst nemesis from Shadow of Mordor into Shadow of War when that comes out. It's going to be a save-based thing, and that's cool because the nemesis system is so deep and complex, and now it's being fleshed out even more. I think the fact that you can carry over that orc, that son of a bitch orc that's been bothering you the whole game, I think is really cool. It's a really good way to connect the series, not just in a story way, but in a systems way. I think that's really cool, and I'd love to see more games do stuff like this in the future. Also, briefly, a big shout out to you guys for subscribing to my other channel, youtube.com/becausevideogames, because that thing just hit 100,000 subscribers. So thanks so much if you did. There's a video over there. I'm giving away some free shit. Thank you guys so much. But now we gotta talk about the console giveaway we do every single week. You know how it works by now. There's a link below. You click it to sign up. You enter once, and then you're entered for good. And then every single week we go in and randomly choose one winner to win a free console of their choice. And this week's winner is gonna be this person right here. Congratulations. Be sure to keep an eye on your inbox and your spam because I'll be contacting you to figure out how I can send you your console. So keep your eyes peeled. But that's what's been going on this week. I want to hear from you guys though. If you're a Grand Theft Auto 5 modder, I definitely want to know how you feel about the new changes. Is it still not enough? Is it a half step? Or are you happy that things are starting to return to normal? Also, have you been playing Doomfist? If you're an Overwatch fan, I definitely want to hear your insight and how you think he's going to work out in the whole major game. And of course, the Anthem footage debacle. Do you think this is is like the worst thing ever because some people are really blowing it up to be, or are you just kind of dismissing it as more video game marketing bullshit like I am? I don't know. I want to know what you think. Let's talk about any of this stuff down in the comments. I'll be there talking with you guys as much as possible. But, you know, I'm also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Jake Baldino if you got any hate mail or death threats or anything like that, threaten my family. I'm looking forward to that. Was that too much? But thank you guys so much for hanging around every Friday. I'm looking forward to next week. Maybe a bit more is going on. Well, back to making videos here, right, Tom?
Yeah.
Back to work. Thank you guys so much for coming around. Clicking the like button really does help us out. But if you haven't subscribed, if this is your first time seeing me, you should subscribe because we put out stuff every day. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Pizza's on me.